study, and play come together on a Windows 11 PC. And for a limited time, college students get the best of both worlds. Get the Unreal College Deal. Everything you need to study and play with select Windows 11 PCs. Eligible students get a year of Microsoft 365 Premium and a year of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with a custom color Xbox wireless controller. Learn more at windows.com/student offer. While supplies last. Ends June 30th. Terms at aka.ms/collegepc.
You have one new message. Translating. Disney and Pixar's Hoppers is now available on Disney+.
You could say that again.
Critics are calling it Pixar's funniest movie ever and a wildly entertaining ride. Blizzard Potato. It's certified fresh and verified hot.
Now we party.
This is incredible!
Wow, I am clearing the rest of the day.
Disney and Pixar's Hoppers, now available on Disney+. Rated PG.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Easy, taxi. Okay, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
It's More Money with leading economist Steve Moore. Now, here's your host, Steve Moore.
Welcome back, folks. This is the More Money Show. By the way, I hope you're all getting the More Money hotline every morning, 5 mornings a week, that is. That is a publication that I put out with my buddy John Fund, who will be coming on the show in about 10, 15 minutes. But it's free. It costs nothing. It is a great little digest every morning of the most important things that are going on with the economy, with politics, with finances. And you can read it 5 minutes every morning. And it's free. It costs nothing. Some of the best things in life are free, and the hotline is one of them. So please go to unleashprosperity.com and sign up. And by the way, if you don't like it, you can just unsubscribe, but I think you will like it. Congressmen are reading it, senators are reading it, people in the White House are reading it, CEOs are reading it, and you should be reading it too. In the meantime, by the way, I forgot to shout out to all the fathers out there. A happy Father's Day. Father's Day is tomorrow. And my next guest, Jay Jackson, is a regular on this show. He is back by popular demand because what he has to tell us about financial markets and how to live longer is invaluable information. So Jay Jackson runs Abacus. And so, Jay, thanks for joining.
Yeah, hey, Steve, how you doing? Happy Father's Day.
Good. Hey, you too. Are you a father?
Oh, yeah. I have 7 kids. So, they all don't remember me as much. But yeah, man, listen, I love being a dad. God. Some people just say I'm codependent. So, maybe. But I love it. It's a great day tomorrow.
Well, you're being fruitful and multiplying, and that's what the Bible tells us to do. And unfortunately, let's start with that. I mean, I'm concerned, Jay, and you run a financial firm that gives advice to people about when they retire, how they can make as much money in their investments as possible. But young people are not having babies as they were. I mean, the birth rate is now less than 1.6. I think it's around 1.6 per married couple. That's too low. What do you think's going on there?
Well, I mean, a couple things, right? You have many times husband and wife in the workforce for a longer period of time, and that's slowing down what their ultimate having children rate might be. I think what's super interesting is that we're thinking about the impact of Social Security, right? Where we talk about Social Security is going to run out in 2032. What's fascinating, though, is that we haven't had enough workers in the workforce, right, to support Social Security for 15 years. Right. So this isn't something that's going to just happen in 2032. And look, Social Security Trust Fund, it's still going to be there. It's going to be less in 2032. And we're starting to kind of have to overdraw it. And what's fascinating to me is this comes back to the core thing that I tell everyone. We rolled out our new Life Arc program, made a major announcement last week, shareholder to invest, a huge investor shareholder letter. And what it is we use data to help people better understand when they get to age 65, how long they're going to be in retirement. And here's what's super fascinating. My point is you could worry less about Social Security if you're taking care of yourself. 2/3 of Warren Buffett's actual money was made post the age of 65. So A, it's never too late. B, the last double matters. Right. But I'll add to that and say this. what we're finding is that people can actually double the income that they had expected if they get and understand their lifespan, right? Here's the two scenarios, Steve. You got somebody who's really healthy. They can live 30 years potentially in retirement, 65 to 95. Unlikely, but it can happen. If you plan for that, that's probably going to be your scenario. And at 65, Steve, they should be allocating to equity. They should be taking more risk. People just want to go into income and pick up that last double.
Well, Jay, everybody tells
double up your income.
I just turned 60, I'm 66 now, so I'm right in that age range. And everybody's, now you got to get out of equities and get into the bonds. I'm like, well, wait a minute. I don't get a return on bonds. I mean, and I don't know if I'm going to learn to live 5 years, 10 years, 20, 25 years. I mean, by the way, Abacus can help me help make a good prediction on that, right? So that's part of your investment.
That's what
formula.
We're finding. We're finding we can help people double their income in retirement just by knowing a basic fact, how long you're going to be in there. It's not how much your money grows, it's how long it's going to last.
Well, how do you do that?
The same thing, though.
So how we you take somebody like me, I just turned 66. I'm in reasonably good health. I mean, I'm declining a little bit. I don't have the energy that I used to. So you'll be able to make a prediction based on my health records, or how do you do that?
That's right. So we go and retrieve all your medical files for you. We give those back to you, and then we aggregate all this data. This is an AI-driven platform. So for those folks that are looking for how does AI impact you in a very positive way, this is it. We can screen medical files in seconds that used to take hours. We now screen, we run those, we underwrite those, and then we produce an actual lifespan, meaning this is the people just like you who have had a mortality experience over the last 20 years. We take lifespan, which is
I'm sorry to interrupt, but you can do this better than the insurance companies can. You can do it better than the government can, obviously. So the old rule of data. Yeah, you have the data. So that's what makes Abacus kind of special. By the way, how do people find out about Abacus?
It's really easy. Go to abacusgm.com. We're a publicly traded company. We trade on the New York Stock Exchange, ticker symbols ABX. They can learn everything they want to know about what we're doing, including our new Life Arc program, which we're finding literally has a huge impact, can double their retirement income just by knowing how long they're going to be in retirement.
So in other words, just to simplify this for people, let's say you look at someone like me and you look at my health, and I'm just making up, let's say you say, well, your health isn't so good. We predict you'll live another 12 years, let's say. And then somebody else comes in, they're lifting weights, they're running marathons, all that stuff. You might say, you're going to live 25, 30 more years. So there's a different investment portfolio between these two people.
But you know what's interesting? They both should double their income. That's what's amazing to me. For the person who has a 12-year lifespan, their income should be way higher because it's over a shorter period of time. For the person with a 25-year lifespan, they should be thinking about a much higher income because they're going to be able to take more risk over a longer period of time. It's the last double, right? And that's what people miss. And I think when we're out talking about Social Security running out of money, pension funds aren't enough, how do we support ourselves? Well, we have to get the data. And that data is, let's start with how long you're going to be in retirement and then build that income around it. And there's $120 trillion going to happen in a wealth transfer. When those people inherit that wealth, they need to know that information. It's the same conversation, though, going back to the 20 and 30-year-olds, Steve. I'm having it with them, and I'm saying, listen, you want to be worth $10 million or $100 million? Right. Because that's the difference in doubles. You have the most valuable asset in the world. It's called time. You and I know this math, right? We need to teach it to them. We need to put this in college courses so that they understand the most valuable asset they have in the world is time. Now, somebody who's 65, the most valuable asset they need to know is time. Yeah. Because if they do it right, they don't have to stress about Social Security.
So I'm talking to Jay Jackson, who is the CEO of Abacus, and you should look this up because it's really a unique financial product. Now, Jay, I was always told that the rule of thumb was that you should put your percentage of your assets into bonds based on your age. So in other words, I'm 66, so the rule of thumb was 66% of my money should be in bonds. If you're 33, 33% of your bonds. Does that formula work?
No, it's broken. Because that's assuming you're just like everyone else. I have two neighbors, right? One has a chronic condition and one is going to be very healthy. How on earth do they walk out? They're both 65. How on earth should they both be allocated to 65% bonds? That's absolute wrong. It's a disaster. And it's something, the conversation that has to be had with people, that customized financial solutions is how we're going to be able to use this data going forward. Abacus has actually harnessed that data. We capitalize on AI to give you better outcomes when you're in retirement. And that's what this is about.
And finally, I always ask this question, and people are so interested in our last 30 seconds. I want to live to 100. What do I do?
Two things. First of all, stop trying to live to 100, right? Do the things today, right? Do the things today that really matter, right? If you're thinking about, I'm going to live to 100, what you have to be able to do is train to live to 100. Nobody gets there easily, right? So what I'm saying is start training today. If you're 65, you should be lifting weights. You should be, the biggest impact you can have to living, to extending your lifespan is exercise, community, and communication. Those three things will have a massive impact. But even if you don't live to 100, Steve, you know what's really amazing? What if I can give you back a decade of your life? How much would you pay for that? If you right now, I could say, hey, what's 1 year of your life worth to you? You probably write $1 million checks or 10 million, whatever. Anybody would write that number. And I'm like, why don't you invest in yourself the same way? Because that's how you get a year back.
Amazing. Jay, always have loving you on the show. It is Abacus, folks. You got to check that out because it will not only help you live longer, but it'll also help you make more money as you live longer. That's Shay Jackson of Abacus. This is the More Money Show, and we'll be right back with John Funn, formerly of the Wall Street Journal.
It's More Money with leading economist Steve Moore.